I understand videos like this is kind of pointless because it all depends on how you run, where you run, how your dispatcher runs you. What's going on, guys? This is Anthony, Family Man Trucking, and welcome to my channel. It's Saturday, February 27th, and I'm in Ohio heading towards York for a drop tomorrow morning. Now, I posted a video last night about fuel prices going up, and it was taking about 3 hours to upload. So I went ahead and just went to sleep and said, you know what, it's going to be up in the morning and this and that. I got up this morning and I found out that it was deleted or blocked. Okay, apparently it was up for about, I don't know how much, because I think I had maybe like 5 viewers, and then it got blocked. And I got an email saying that due to the music content that I had in there, not the content but just the music in general, that I wasn't allowed to because I don't own the rights to the music. All right, so needless to say, it was deleted, taken off. Basically, I was just talking about fuel prices going up, that, you know, I highly suggest you guys go out there and try and invest in a fuel card if you guys want to start saving money, because they are going up pretty quick, the prices that, you know, that is on diesel. I saw some yesterday that were in the 3.5 mark. So with that being said, guys, I'm not gonna go too long into that, but yeah, that video was taken down real quick. So which is kind of strange because I always play music in the background of my videos, but apparently since this one got picked up, it was loud enough to get picked up. YouTube picked it up and they took it off. So with that being said, guys, it's no biggie. You know, I just wanted to share that with you guys. But I want to come to you guys with my 2020 numbers with MGR. All right, I got my final readings the other day on my mileage report, and when you come to MGR, and I'm pretty sure it's all carriers out there, we don't get a total breakdown on how much we made, net, miles. You know, we don't get a lot of that stuff. Some stuff we do. Okay, we get the miles, we get the breakdowns on miles because that's something we have to turn in for our taxes, and then but we don't do we don't get here the breakdown on how much we netted. We have to do it our own. All right, now we do get a breakdown on how much we gross, and that's it. So with that being said, guys, and also this is a perfect example on what I made during my rental probation period with MGR, because when I started, the time frame that I started was exactly the time frame that you have to do to raise your $500 deposit for your down payment, and then the year was over. So basically, I started off in a good period point for me to get an understanding on how much a person can make here. Now, understand, loads are different, the periods of times are different, as in like the season that we're in. You know, fuel prices play a big part of that, you know. So I don't want to give anybody a blueprint or anything like that on how much you can make. This is just basically an example, and I'm using my numbers. You know, now someone else can make more money within this time frame, and some of you guys can make less money. It all depends also on your dispatcher. You know, I have a dynamite dispatcher. He gets me good loads, you know, and we just run with it. So as you guys know, I started with MGR in late August. I was finally on the road the first week, actually the last 2 or 3 days of August, which bled into September, you know, and then my period ended the second week of December. All right, and then I went on the road, and then right after Christmas, I was broke down for a whole week. So I didn't finally get going till after the new year. So with that being said, guys, these numbers are basically 99.9% on numbers strictly during my rental package. Okay, so let's get going. I did 18 weeks at MGR for the year of 2020. Now I could have done 19 But remember, that 1 week I was down, which is right after Christmas, because I was broke. I was broke down. 18 weeks. I gross my time frame from September 1st to 2020, December 31st, $86,000. $86,543. That's how much I grossed. $86,000. What I netted, which is what I took home, was just under $31,000 out of 18 weeks. Now, I'm into numbers, man. You know, I write numbers. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of, there's like a glare. Anyways, I have everything broken down to the cents. Okay. 18 weeks. Okay, that's how much I worked. I would have worked 19 weeks, but I was down that one week, remember? So out of $30,899.39 out of 18 weeks, that averaged basically over $1,700 a week. All right. Now, there's times where I had a repair. I was stuck somewhere, or they were working on something, because there was a couple of weeks in here to where I only got one load in, I got two loads in. I was taking off a load because I had a trailer leak, you know, or whatever the case might be. I went home early because of Thanksgiving. I went home early because of Christmas, you know. So some of those were at my discretion, you know. But the other ones, as in like repairs and taking off a load, or a load was canceled, and then I bobbed home from Dallas to Houston, you know, because a load was canceled. Yeah. So basically, $30,899.39 out of 18 weeks was basically an average of $1,700 a week. Okay. Now, repairs. All the repairs. Okay. Now, they don't take the whole repair out of your settlements. Okay. They do it in breakdowns. You might pay half of it this settlement. You might pay half of it next settlement. You might pay half of it, the rest of it later on down the road. Okay. They don't try to just rape you blind. Okay, but the total amount of repairs that I paid in 2020, okay, now understand, I made a video that MGR is going to go ahead and credit my term on this truck at the end, okay, so I'm going to see some credit at the end, right? They're just not just going to turn over and just give me the money tomorrow, all right, which is fine. I have no problem with that. You know, I got that in writing. You know, that's one thing I wanted to get, all right, but the total repairs for the year of 2020 was $3,804. That was the air tank when I first left the yard. All right, they said that I hit a rock and it busted a crack, or whatever you want to call it. You know, it is what it is. You know, that's something I couldn't avoid. You know, so the air tank was basically a little bit over $1,000 because it was like $800, and then the labor. Okay, now the processing fee, that was basically for them to send the money over. Now understand, when you have a breakdown, when you have any repair, and you had to go to a TA or a speed co, or whatever the case might be, if it's over a certain amount, they don't write a full EFS check code for that full amount. They do it in breakdowns. Okay, kind of like that breakdown on the air compressor. The labor was like $1,600, so they did one for 7. They did one for 4, and they did another one for like the remainder or whatever it was. Okay, so they just don't do a full EFS check code to you. They do it in breakdowns. All right. Another breakdown that I had, it wasn't really a breakdown. It was basically, I had a leak in that trailer, which was $121. All right. I was taking off a load because when they opened up my doors, they saw that leak. All right. Another one was $724. I was for that air compressor. The towing was $954. The remainder of that air compressor for the labor was $840. Okay, so basically it comes down to just shy of $4,000 that I paid in repairs for 2020. So tack on almost $4,000 above that $30,000. So basically, in essence, if this didn't happen, okay, if everything was just hunky-dory for the year of 2020, those 18 weeks, my settlement net would have been just shy of $35,000, okay, 18 weeks. So that average per week would have been higher. Now, understand, there's also tolls, all right? Tolls, September, October, November, and December. December, I did not run any tolls. For some reason, I don't recall running any tolls, or let me back up. I recall running some tolls because I had to go to MGR to get to the yard, and of course there's that toll, whatever it is, right before MGR that you cross. So, but apparently they're saying that I didn't do any tolls, but I'm not going to sit there and argue. If I didn't, I didn't, right? So my tolls for September through December, even though I didn't do anything for December, was just a little bit over $1,000. Okay. Now my mileage, my loaded mileage, okay, for the year 2020, September 1st through December 31st, was 26,590. That's an average of 1,400 a week. Empty, 2,607 miles. That's an average of 144 miles a week. Tolls, my mileage on tolls was 1,612, which is basically 134 miles a week. Now the grand total of mileage that I had for the year of 2020, that's running all over, was $29,136. So basically an average of $1,600 a week. All right. Now, understand, and some other people have mentioned, Robert the Preferred Trucker, some other people, man, we don't run hard out here, man. If we don't want to run hard, we don't. We're not pressured. There's no forced dispatching. We don't kill ourselves out here. But I made some money this year, now I have to put some of that stuff aside, and I write down everything, So when it comes down to my taxes and going to the tax office and talking to the lady, I make sure I have all my my shit in order, all my ducks in a row, But yeah, understand, I made some serious money, Now some people probably surpassed that within the time frame that I had, But like I said, I also had breakdowns, almost $4,000 in breakdowns. All right. Now, if you want to even go lower than that, as in breakdowns, out of 18 weeks during my rental period at MGR, 3 times I had surpassed 2,500. 5 times I ranged between 2,000 and 2,500, 2,499. 3 times between 1,500 and 1,999. 3 times between $1,000 and 1,499, and then 4 times under 1,000. Okay, many of those were the times where they took out money from my breakdown, or I went home early, or I only got 1 load in because I had a breakdown, or whatever the case might be. Okay, out of 18 weeks. So like I said, 3 times 25 plus, 5 times 2,000 between 2,500, 3 times 15 between 2,000, 3 times 1,000 between 1,500, and then 4 times under $1,000. So guys, during my time on my period of the rental stage, I was making good money. All right, a lot of people and a lot of people talk out there, oh man, why do people make settlement videos, whatever you want to call it? Guys, we share information on companies, on what you can make out here. I understand videos like this is kind of pointless because it all depends on how you run, where you run, how your dispatcher runs you, but it just gives you an idea on what I did for the year of 2020, and also during the period where I was renting the trailer and truck from MGR. Okay, an average of $1,700 a week out of 18 weeks. It's not bad, guys, especially with all the deductions. Even with those repairs in the way, it would have been fine. Okay, because let's look at it real quick. Because I like to keep my videos under 15 minutes, and right now I'm going 14. So basically 30,899 plus 338. Okay, that's 3,570. Okay, divided by 18. So basically that's 19, almost $2,000 average that I was making during my rental period, if it wasn't for those breakdowns. But it knocked it down to 17. All right, so basically in essence, almost $2,000 I average per week during my rental period here at MGR. Now guys, if you guys have any questions, any comments, please list them below. You know, my videos are basically just to help you to information, you know, but give me a thumbs up, share it, like, subscribe, and I hope this video has been helpful. Thank you.